Wow. That's really all I have to say. I mean, when Treyarch put out a blog post detailing some of the upcoming features and additions they'll see throughout the entirety of the Black Ops Cold War beta, I was expecting some cool stuff, but I'm impressed. They're changing the game in a lot of ways, especially for console players in an area that I'm incredibly excited for. Today, we're going to be breaking down what's new and what's upcoming in the beta and let you know just how Treyarch is changing the game of Black Ops Cold War. That said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to the beta? Is there anything in particular, any change or addition that we discuss here in this video that you're excited for? And finally, what console will you be playing on? Let me know down in the comments below, but as well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Black Ops Cold War as we round into what looks like a promising year of content. We're on that road to 400,000 subscribers, so if you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. But anyways, let's talk about this blog post. Earlier today on Treyarch's site, not the normal Activision's blog website, but on Treyarch's blog page, we got an article listed new ways to play in the beta. Now, I can leave the link down there in the description below if you want to check it out in its entirety, but we'll cover just about everything here in this video that is of major importance. In this blog post, they detailed a new map, new modes, and new features of play. As for that content, starting at a top-down level, for the new map, we have a new map called Cartel detailed, which we saw a little bit of in some of the trailers and official marketing for the beta. But this one takes place in Nicaragua and, in a story sense, is set tracking down an associate of Perseus. But in the gameplay sense, it will be available in both 6v6 and 12v12 play. It's described as a lush map with a variety of attack options for any playstyle, with close quarters including the interior of a warehouse for play with flanking routes, a sniper tower to mow down enemies, and a center lane of foliage with a specialty in stealth play. In the beta, it said this will be available in TDM, Kill Confirmed, Domination, Combined Arms Domination, and additional modes as the beta continues. Now, my only question here with this will be how it plays in 12v12 versus 6v6, which of course will be answered in a little bit of time, less than 24 hours from now, but my concern is that it plays like Crossroads. 6v6 Crossroads was no good in my book, and even 12v12 felt a little slow, so I'm wondering, do we at some point, at any time during Black Ops Cold War's main year of support here, do we get maps that are both for 6v6 and 12v12, but some being like an incursion from Modern Warfare, where it's just smaller versions of those maps to be more suited for 6v6 play, so that you can do both of those. Now, I doubt the beta will provide any real answer on that topic, but as for the new modes, we'll of course still see our things like we had on offer in the alpha of TDM, Kill Confirmed, Domination, Hardpoint, and Combined Arms, but we're going to be seeing a little bit more introduced as well, with VIP Escort being the first one detailed here in this blog post. While this wasn't available in the alpha, you may have seen some footage of this already from the reveal events. This was part of the closed early alpha reveal build for creators and press that they had access to, in which it's basically a protect the VIP mode. One player is randomly selected as the VIP on the air quote attacking side of the map, and you have to get to the exfil site. While on that attacking side, if you exfil or eliminate all enemies, you win. But if you fail to exfil, your team is eliminated or the VIP is eliminated at any point. That could be the first elimination or the last, you lose that round. And it's the first 4 rounds that ends up winning. It's an interesting mode. It's not really for me, I don't think, but it's going to be one of those niche ones that I think many will like, but also it may be a one and done try thing for many others as well. Combined Arms Assault. Now, this is one that's interesting. Combined Arms, again, seems to be now that overarching title of all 12v12 play, and unlike Ground War and Modern Warfare, it's going to be more than just domination for that Ground War, or in this case, Combined Arms. Combined Arms Domination is what we've seen already, which makes sense, cap the flags for victory, but Combined Arms Assault is bringing back the old school classic of war from Call of Duty World at War, and branding it as Combined Arms Assault. Now, this is a 12v12 mode in which it will see you fighting for control in a tug-of-war style back and forth on maps, first holding a center flag and then pushing deeper into the enemy's base with the overall objective to capture and hold all flags. Unlike Domination, you have to control one flag to push to another, and there is no flanking that you can do to secure a flag behind enemy lines. It's a wave push mode tasking you with dominating the battlefield. Now, I'm really excited to see the return of this, and it'll be available on Crossroads, Armada, and Cartel in the beta. Now, the final mode that was detailed here for us is Fireteam Dirty Bomb, and this is one that we saw a little bit of in the reveal event, but really not much of it. It's a 40-player multi-team mode of 10 teams in which you have to take out enemies, collect and deposit uranium caches, and detonate bombs. Now, I have a hunch that Fireteam will be like Combined Arms, where it's this big overarching idea of Fireteam, all maybe 40 players with 10 teams in a multi-team fashion, with different modes, not just Dirty Bomb. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Once you drop in and find uranium and deposit it into bombs, you'll end up detonating those and transforming the map with radioactive hazards for everybody. Now, an interesting twist here is that when you find these caches of uranium and hold on to them for longer periods of time, your operator actually gets radiation sickness, affecting perk benefits, movement, health regeneration, and overall your operator's life. So an interesting hazard element, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Now, to respawn, you'll drop into parachuting mechanics or instant spawns in which you can return to a teammate, not in combat or in a teammate's vehicle seat. But that's the new stuff that was detailed here in terms of playable items, and of course that is on top of everything that we already saw within the alpha. Again, TDM, kill confirmed, domination, hardpoint combined arms domination, bunch of different weapons, bunch of different maps like Miami, like Moscow, Satellite, Armada, and Crossroads. But there's a lot of stuff to be able to take advantage of within the beta, and that might not even be all that we know of. That might just be all that is detailed right now. Before we continue, I want to give a big thanks to my friends over at Scump Gaming for helping bring you today's video. If you're looking to up your game and get a controller fit for the pros with tons of customization options and they can give you a competitive edge in gaming, head on over to scuffgaming.com and see what they have on offer. If you're interested in making any purchases, use code ESPRESSO for a discount on your order. Now, as for the new features that we'll be seeing here within the beta, and then also throughout the entirety of Black Ops Cold War, is firstly the one that I am the most excited for, an FOV slider on consoles. This has been asked for so long, and for a long while it's been something that's just been believed to not be possible on current generational hardware for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, or at least that was the rumor floating around. But especially with the introduction of crossplay within Modern Warfare, that opened up the sort of idea that there's a competitive advantage on PC versus console because you have that higher FOV, you can see more than your enemies on console could. So does that make any sort of difference? Well, now that question is sort of lesser important because there will be that option to be able to change your FOV on consoles now. With a default console FOV of 80, you can go all the way down to 60, making it even tighter, or all the way up to 120 and increasing that field of view by almost double the default on console. You will 100% notice a difference here within the gameplay experience. Now, mix this with frame rates and of course that higher FOV. That was one of the main reasons I switched to PC within Modern Warfare. And so this is something that definitely makes it pretty awesome to see for the future of Call of Duty and all players, especially given that next generation seems to boast 4K at 120 FPS. Now, right now, that's not really confirmed if it's 120 FPS at 4K or if it's capable of doing both of those, but not at the same time, 4K 60, and also then 120 at 1080 or 1440. We don't know just yet. 4K at 120 FPS pushes even some of the top tier PC gaming rigs to their limit, so we'll have to wait and see, but that is something that is a big thing and a big push for next generation. And actually, I would imagine that this FOV slider was actually made predominantly for next generation. But since we don't have hands-on yet with a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, we don't really know for sure. We do get to experience, though, for the PS4 and Xbox One within this beta and until the launch of the game, but I also think it's backed up that that could be something that is made predominantly for next generation because it is mentioned that with the increasing of the field of view, Treyarch did warn that changing the FOV value on consoles could cause some frame rate drops. So again, that rumor of maybe the hardware on current generation isn't really up to date for this, it is possible and may be seen as a result. So that's something that we want to consider, but will be absolutely awesome for console players going forward here within Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Another awesome feature that was confirmed and kind of a stepping stone from Modern Warfare now to where we are in Black Ops Cold War is that of the ping system. We saw it within Warzone, we saw it in, I believe, Gunfight as well, if I'm not mistaken, but it's going to be returning in all modes here for Black Ops Cold War, utilizing the left on the D-pad for your controllers and Z on keyboards as the natural and default binds. You can ping anything from score streaks in the air to loot on the ground to enemy positions all the way across the map. It is something you can utilize in every aspect of your game, and it's great for players that may not have, maybe say, a mic that they can communicate with their team directly, but awesome to see no less. The final thing that was detailed in terms of some features coming to the gameplay are toggles for HUD visuals. Now, this is incredible because, of course, the HUD is something that a lot of players had issue with within the alpha, and it was something they wanted to customize a little further. They kind of said, hey, I don't want to see that health value bar. Hey, I don't want to see the compass. And the cool part is that you don't need to. Detailed within the image provided, you can see that you can toggle things such as crosshairs, hit marker visuals, damage-based hit markers, ally health bars, enemy health bars above their name, player names entirely, and even the horizontal compass at the top of your HUD. So that stuff is going to be pretty awesome to customize. You can get rid of anything that you may see as unwanted and customize it fully to how you want almost. So that's pretty awesome. Of course, the key stuff won't be available to take off, like your ammo counts, your mini map. Not that you'd want to get rid of that for any reason, but you can customize a lot more here than you could in any other Call of Duty game previously. So I'm incredibly excited for that. And again, this is just what was detailed here for us. This isn't still the full thing that we'll see as of tomorrow, as of next weekend, and even as of then the full launch of the game. So I'm incredibly excited for what this will hold here, but that is where we're going to wrap it up. That is everything that we learned about Black Ops Cold War's beta coming as of tomorrow for PlayStation 4 pre-orders and pre-purchases, later in the weekend for PlayStation 4 users regardless of purchase history, and then next week this same time for Xbox One and PC users that pre-ordered and pre-purchased, and then next Saturday and Sunday, absolutely everybody. So there is a lot of Call of Duty to be played here in the next couple of days to weeks. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. I'm incredibly excited to jump into it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. We're getting all things Black Ops Cold War beta content. And of course, as we push towards the launch of the game, we'll keep you up to date with absolutely anything you need to know. That said, if you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, wherever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.